Well, I mean, clearly everyone has a right to peaceful protest in this country, but when it looks like they're starting to set up camp that's going to cause all kinds of chaos for the days and possibly even weeks to come, it's not particularly helpful, particularly not when their message is absurdly simplistic.
Hey, you can't make this stuff up. They're passing out free condoms. There's been open sex going on there. Drugs easy to score.
But you don't think this is spontaneous, do you? You don't think these demonstrations...
Yeah, I do. I think it's organic.
There's groups behind. These are professional people.
Tweet about it regularly on their iPhones, perhaps in between getting cafe lattes and housing themselves in some very fancy tents. But they are against capitalism, except for the lattes.
Gloss, well, it's bullshit. It's tragic. Yeah, that's it. You said fuck this. I said fuck that. We stood together. We said, what you mean that? They are the millionaires, so we are broke. They make a statement, well, it's gotta be a joke. They drive a limousine, but we ride a bike. They own the factory, but we're on strike. Say, auntie.
At St Paul's. We're outside St Paul's Cathedral, fine establishment. You're technically in Tent City, which is the Occupy London, which is part of Occupy Global. It's happening all over the world. Obviously Occupy Wall Street, there's Occupy Melbourne. It's over 1,000 cities and over 82 countries now.
Different genders of people that are protesting on different things, but we're all here as one collective of people with the same goal to get the government to understand why we are actually doing this.
We're here because the system that we're in doesn't work. 99% of people are being screwed.
Would you like to come up with your block? At the moment you've got people with enormous bonuses in the city, and you've got people with nowhere to live. You've got a fifth of the world going to bed starving every night. You've got the biggest slavery situation ever.
What we would like to do is talk to them about another system where everyone gets a fair opportunity, just getting everyday life done. The reason that Anonymous is here, the two reasons, is solidarity with the rest of the occupiers all over the world. But the main reason that we are here is for transparency throughout the governments. We want to know what the corporates are doing, how they're doing it, what they're doing with the money. Well, we have several different things going on. We have Tent City University, which is sort of the schooling area. There's lectures going on there all day, every day, on all different types of things. There's the Info Tent, which is where tourists can come. They can talk to the people there. They can find out why we're here, what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it. There's the Media Tent, which is where we go to charge up our phones. And we have the Kitchen, which is where we go to get our delicious food, which is delicious.
Even members of the public that are just walking past, we invite them in for a cup of tea, you know, have something to eat, come and chat to people. It's lovely, relaxed, it's lovely and friendly, and you know, it's an eye-opening experience.
The only aggression that we find is when people come in from outside the camp. So silly o'clock in the morning, a couple of drunk guys will come along
Alright protest, it's been a peaceful, but some nights it has been a bit touch and go because we get random drunks coming in off the street thinking they could just do what they want really.
Inspector, would you like to come and join a group hug?
He's not a hugging person.
No, he's not personal.
Relationships with the police here are great, and we are, you know, as you say, we're just chatting with them. I mean, they are also part of the 99% that we are representing. You know, they are working men, they are simply doing a job, you know, and we understand that if there is a violent eviction, what have you, they will simply be following orders, because if they don't, they'll lose their jobs. We understand that, and they are God's children, the same as all of us, you know. So, yeah, it's really nice to be able to just be friends with the guys, you know. Obviously, they're not allowed to come in and have cups of tea with us and serious chats, but we can say, hi, how are you? And we get a smile back, you know, so that's nice.
The 1 p.m. General Assembly is where we talk logistics of the camp. It's very practical stuff. It's about how things are running, if there are issues involved in the camp, how we can address them as a collective. And the 7 p.m. General Assembly, that's the political General Assembly. That's when we talk politics, change, the banking crisis, the financial sector, and how we can address the issues that we're all here to talk about.
That Muslims are the problem in this country. Well, I believe Cameron and the big businesses are the real problem. They're the ones that divide us, not Muslims. And therefore, you see, when the media and the press and the politicians and the bankers try and divide our movement, that it's vital that we stand together as one, because our interests are your interests and our interests and yours are ours, and that's the key thing to do.
What we're talking about here is true democracy being something that genuinely represents the views of the relevant parties and the people present. So how we're going to achieve that is by consensus.
If you don't undo the kind of power elites, you can't really change the world.
And I hope everyone here listening, watching, generates some peace and understanding towards realizing that we are a movement for change and not against humanity. We're pro-humanity. Okay, so as it stands, there's the 99 and 1, but we're looking to in the future have 100% everyone together. Okay.
Because the cathedral is coming out to support us, and we are making progress, and people are trying to stop us. This is because we're winning.
Gently into the sand. I'll go in it if you do it. I'll go in it if you do it with me. Smelling ocean, hatching freedom. Too deep to stand. Crafting pleasantries, water cupping hands. I'll go